To Thailand, the country is heading into a closely watched election that could test the country's long-promised return to stable civilian rule. The polls are seen as a three-way race between conservatives, populists and the Progressive People's Party, which polls suggest is picking up support from younger voters. Thailand's parliament is deeply fragmented and a coalition government is the most likely outcome. DW's Southeast Asia correspondent Georg Matthes is in the Thai capital, Bangkok.
A lot of hope rests on this man's shoulders, Nattapong Rungpanyawut. The former tech executive is now the frontman of the Progressive People's Party and could become Thailand's next leader.
Are you ready to cast your vote for us? Are you ready to choose a new constitution?
His party won the last election by a landslide, but was pushed into opposition. MPs like Buntin Nongjerm now hope to defend their seats and finally make it into government.
If you would like to keep the things they are, choose the previous party. We are only the one alternative left for the people to vote, to protect the interests of the people, to change things. If you want something new.
In the last election, the People's Party won over young voters in particular. But other parties have taken note. Many are now campaigning with younger candidates, even conservative parties like Phumchai Thai. The interim prime minister tells me,
"What kind of change will you bring for Thailand?"
Many changes and improvement as well. Not only change. We haven't had much progress for a long time, and now I think we've lost many years in terms of economic progress. Right?
One thing Phumchai Thai wants to keep, the military firmly in charge of the armed border dispute with neighboring Cambodia. The conflict has fueled nationalism and party leader Anutin hopes to capitalize on that, building a conservative, pro-military coalition to return to power. Former MP Buntin hopes to prevent that.
They are incapable of solving border conflicts. And if we elect them, so it will go on another 4 years. So we have to negotiate and talk, right? Find common interest, and then try to find peaceful solution.
Expectations are high across Thailand's political spectrum. But one thing is almost certain. No party will govern alone. The coalition battles are still ahead.
And that was a report by DW Asia Pacific Bureau Chief Georg Matthes, who's joining us now from the Thai capital, Bangkok. Georg, are we looking at change in Thailand and at a stable government?
Yeah, that's a good question, and that's a question many Thai people have raised here. I would say it really depends on what kind of coalition can be formed. There's basically two rough options here. You have the People's Party, we've seen it in the report. They could team up with a pure Thai party, basically a labor-oriented party that also is strong in rural areas in Thailand, and form a government. Or you have the Phumchai Thai party, which we've also seen in the report with Prime Minister Anutin, caretaker Prime Minister, I should say, and that would cover the conservative camp. Whoever gets a strong majority and a strong mandate can create a stable government. If either side will make it, that we will have to see and find out tomorrow.
Now, and what are the main topics that will actually decide which party people will vote for?
I would say definitely economy. You've heard the foreign minister here in my report. That is something that is a big concern, particularly for young people. Thailand is an aging population. Low-wage labor is lacking in Thailand. And skilled labor is finding it difficult to find good jobs. So that needs to change, many say. And then, of course, you have the ongoing border conflict, the armed conflict with neighboring Cambodia. That has been left to the military to handle. But the financial outfall of all of this, the lacking border trade, all the cost that comes with this expensive conflict, one has to say, needs to be handled by the civilian government, and it will fall into the hands of whoever gets into the seat of power.
Now, the People's Party is leading in the polls, and as we've seen in your report, it was stopped last time, nevertheless. Will this change this time? Do supporters believe this time will be different?
Now, of course, that is what supporters hope. And the party rather cleverly acted, I would say. Now they have a couple of years experience in the opposition. They've learned how this game works in Thailand, how the political system works. And they've backtracked on some of their more radical ideas. For instance, a reform of the lese majeste, the royal defamation law that you have in Thailand that prohibits that you criticize the king publicly. Things like that, sensitive stuff like that, big breakups of big monopolies. They have moved away from that and want to slowly start reforming the system. And I think that's what a lot of voters also expect. They don't expect quick fixes. They have learned 2 prime ministers have been deinstalled in 3 years. Things will not go fast, but they could move forward slowly.
But first, of course, Thailand needs a government. And if no party wins outright, what coalitions look likely?
Well, then you would have the exact deadlock that many fear here. You have a huge number of parties, a huge number of interest groups behind these parties, and they're not really made for coalition building. In the last election to elect the prime minister, for instance, you still had the upper house, the Senate, to decide as well. This time around, that is not the case, and that is a big plus for the People's Party, for instance, because their candidate was blocked by the Senate in the last round. But it means that coalitions have become all the more important. However, most parties have said they don't want to say who they can work together with. So it's very hard to tell at this point who could be a strong coalition, which party has the best chances. That we'll have to wait and see.
All right, DW's Georg Matthes there in Bangkok. Georg, thank you so much for that.